AGONAMAN TV.
Abusia for Hanum AGONAMAN TV show we Agenda 1957 show. Abri na yedishwe amanyo nsem Ghana nsem because yenim say Ghana amanyo enebe mo man etumpon nti say maje kundwa na che say ye be mpensem mu ye be hwe say aso hwanpo na ne de wom hwan na ne de enim nti ene anapei oni ogine mu ma MPP Isaac Sefah ofi Agona East or a businessman and I feel so a political activist, but he favors MPP. And I sister Jennifer Esiaw and so a NDC communications team member or Agona West. Inti ya mama waka about AGONAMAN TV so.
Yeah,
my first time.
Oh yes.
Okay. Inti and the Kano and some go up so say should Ghana depend on gold reserves instead of foreign loans to stabilize the economy? And I did one also say is the rule of law being used selectively against political opponents? It's a building cash a second topic. HSA. I'm put yes, Embrahon Sam say Edinburgh between or Ghana Hanoma. Minimum to say a government in power or use to a state institutions. Now they are to opposition to main opposition members. In the year say aso sanity and answer yes sanity. A bidding can start if your brother Isaac Stefanus. Mr. Isaac, allegations MPP are bringing now more and say government in power NDC. Mutu say we use to state institutions no and other MPP communicators. Now then evidence in some way in Tina Mujina Swa Moka Sansem way.
So, Medawasi. Say, Mama Queen, Rebecca saw platforms. Medical Madawasi, Madawa chef for no tea for so pass. Say a casa, Ejina, and you might be so. A bench, a bar, bear 17 months in here. And Yama, why here, a banner trying to criminalize speech. A ma HRSA or to a certain lion and same fata. But before I make up as a little historical brief about the freedom of speech and fundamental human rights in our various constitutions from 1960 at the basic 1992. Now, Miriam Majans with the Akase. So, especially 1960, even before 1960, 1958, it would be a Preventive Detention Act. Nkrumah eyisu ya de chichi JB dan kwanu obeche bilam 22 mu a wan shira ndi o masema ma proper fair trial in court ebinu kwa dem wie. Fast forward in 1960 the Criminal Code Act 29 enu na ben ya be gina so a ode chichi amanfo bia section 207 and section 208 Nkrumah eyisu sa anyama de suppressive free speech because no train say one stop it dissenting views the person or no intimi. Fast forward any nya buzi aban buy or liberalize free speech and ma kwan ma obia enya kwan criticize aban no even though na as compared to Nkrumah dey na no e far better, so your freedom of expression was allowed. Yes, I go buy you to go back after 1972 coup. Edibesi 1981 Ebra Rollins coup of 2 lima ban. Fast for 92 constitution chapter 5. Osha in chapter 5 and the longest chapter in the constitution talking about fundamental human rights and freedom. From articles 12 to articles 33. Article 14 talks about protection of fundamental human rights and liberty. The 21 talks about protecting people's liberty. Even we Article 163 talking about freedom of the media. To say first, no Rollins address that time. Then it was just state-owned media. And to back I cry, MPP, the Assembly Court, and a friend, MPP and GBC, Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, 1993. Because nobody say NDC are banning the first term Rollins or transition from military government about civilian government. Ready budget to a parliament. And a GBC as a state broadcaster or cover our program, which is all yeah. Banka MPP super percent or man akonya no so bad. Ono so nya airtime no so no any opposing views about the budget eba and GBC denied somebody assembly court Supreme Court release the state media must give every political party fair trial a constitution. Until if you share the practicality of the 1992 constitution, see it was after 2000 election because most of them were just on paper. People were arrested. Even for a private radio station to be set up, it took MPP year until 1994 and so it was allowed. But the constitution came to be in 92. I started ADDO-BUCKMAN 93. So all these things from 1960, ADDO-BUCKMAN 92. As a country, so the constitution of 92 evolved around these constitutions. And the edition said chapter 5 of the 1992 constitution protected fundamental human rights. The case be a fundamental right to life, right to freedom of speech, association. A constitution the longest chapter in the constitution.
Even to an extent, I beg say nipa no abuse sa right na kita no.
No, maybe so, are busy right now. Constitutional remedies to address some of these things. But once I say most of the remedies, to the discretion of the party in power and the government in power. Anything that makes section 207, section 20 of the Criminal Code Act 29, 1960. Share time. Still a good and crack them. And government because for instance, I brought your case here. Section 207, section 20, any editor say publication of false news and let's see like behavior no conduct no it's not conducive. You can breach the peace of the country. But also I brought in some kind. It is an opinion, an expression of opinion of a particular judge.
It was an opinion, but the area can say in 70 be or no more. I'm sure say MPP opposition no most more criticize and I say more take action concerning certain speech a boomer through social media any by writing this and into what changed I ended the more better opposition and more feel say move to me can send biana mago scot free.
And you say Rebecca send biana go scot free. The current president when in opposition then or calling the whole Supreme Court justice is only a unanimous FC. What is more insulting than that? A whole Supreme Court justices or from say unanimous FC because our dream say issue be back now say omuni adwin ko benkroma to no they are doing the bidding of the government into a from us how and there are several countries that stand across say chief justice no that time the umba be in floor tokonu omsi or MPP women organizer. It's not the same thing I brought your kind. Was any of them arrested for saying that? Call demonstration. Sami Jenfi and Ku. Kunana Dumai. What is more threatening than invoking God? So me was Sami Jenfi arrested? Sam Joy insulted the president at Nanado to the extent say Asemo issue and person issue, calling the president useless. Who arrested Sam George? Samuel Unto or tell radios, TV so. Ekas or bomb by Akufa the full player, bringing crashing Akufa. Nobody arrested him. You see, sometimes one thing you have to know is that the Ama Ekasan said within the 8 years of MPP, only you can count only 12 cases any arrest in Nipa with regards to section 207 and 208. But just 17 months of this government, just last week, Joy News. Was it out of these 17 months? You arrested Nipa Baku 16 journalists home, social media activists home, political party home, even to the sense of also for crying. One, and just anyway, Media Foundation for West Africa. And also as I be team should be said the research on why I conducted from 2025, ADDO-BUCKMAN then 16 months in the Mahama Bang. Watching Nipa Baku 14 relating to section 207, section 208 of the Criminal Code Act, and at the same time relating to section 76 of the Electronic Communication Act 775. One thing is the Americans and say because to the discretion of the government in it a band person or gaggy opposition members or yes I the atomos be crack to the extent MPP Collins Aduma kwatena TV so ka say they say on person beka dum so asem bi because sometimes akoka say dum so is back am ya chem it onu to suro to the say am for kwatena platform so mo ka say oba hai o kasa no anhwe yi osuro say on timi san kofi back.
I'm sure say because of dum so commenting into na omo che some toys.
Na say nya no a e dey na ban ne dey abetu ja say ntina omo che some toy dey be sando. So far the enemy here can and initially near come behind the scenes because say in the midst of speculation they hear clarity as a government say one man clarity at say abronye dey abai ye nim de ntia watching we remind even to hwe how anyema ye ya chinipa ni ko ye den ko jan ko 13th yes you are remaining for 2 weeks and anyema ye misdemeanor oba na misdemeanor so the least form of crime no require bail. So why not grant him bail? But so like who should press any pan who infringe on any fundamental human rights and what constitutional by. And that is why we as MPP here can say one thing I also end this following say emraining kaso said emre bi otun for catch on one say emraining kaso. So we need to me what you have to do as a government what the 2 minutes assume mind. So what shall be a friend social contract according to John Locke. Social contract any manifesto now who ye campaign a wode ba na enipa omo gina say dey ato aba wo hwe NDC manifesto kura page 139 of the 2024 manifesto page 139 omo kan say omo ba any oppressive and repressive emra bia etia free speech no omo ye free one what has happened now they are rather going more than even the omo claiming yes MPP aya na enya the omo claiming omo say MPP aya na omo come more aye more am trust am now civil society. And even to the extent that we have to petition the international community. So, I'm going to share what is happening under John Mahama Bang. Say, all tries to criminalize speech, free speech. No, I'm going to pass a wash and yam. No, my end can't, and your cost were any. Maybe ye just last week, voter region lady or video one of the 1D1F. Yes, BNI police fire inviting, so I'm not mad. These are the issues I can request a trend almost every week. Be I will try say the better police. At then Mugabe Mase of Muntie, but a Muntie F power F. Also, when you are police will be Ashanti region, your commander, somebody to armed robbers, some Mokobokron. IGP no Neo, what am I inviting? So when you talk of the selective injustice, now of course now, of course now, of course now, you did because everything points to the fact say. Sa nyaman koso e na picket trend say MPP dey beche no but say NDC dey uni mama for me TikTok so mu trouble MPP mu trouble nana do mu trouble ba me but nobody is arrested because they are against MPP tiana so can you nim the can based on the fact on the ground and as say ama civil society no near obi a journalist obi a dey na no tune because ya nhwe ne ntwa so a ye di fu ni aso a ye dey ba so
that's it. Madam Jane.
Yes.
Okay, and some MPP for can you say more use state institution to suppress the freedom of speech in Ghana. What is your response to this accusation?
Okay, me odi kan me da wase dey amam da makwenyen to them me kind me Jennifer Esiaw Agona West Communication Team member. Na answer na moko question no no. Na mefa efrido na menchia yen member of parliament honorable Ernest for Dangbe or ya Agona West member of parliament. The maso na honorable Queen Samami Poku aso ya Agona East member of parliament so bo ejuma pa the maso na me maame so bo ejuma ena makasa me maame honorable Joanna Jan Kujoye Amenfi Central MP. America say na da okonsa won prison Joanna Jan friend foundation in collaboration with other foundations. And we see I think new prison office either baby inmates no benya baby what want to see ato we see new one na da na wokobo ya no me ma me orebo adwuma panya koponsha na mankasa me honorable Asan Central the MP na obo no hombo na beka ya 2020 contest honorable Honorable Kennedy Japan and
Asan Central.
Yes, nti ni vote margin no oye kakra but sanche bia me ka say 2024 ono na we win e honorable no win mejima Shaibu orobo edwuma wa Asan Central na yehwe yen Agonaman importem hade ya yen na yim de oba party na what the tum the man wa bon home body ye pa enti agona man miss man America na miss on cherry bia na ye maame honorable Ernest no for idangbe or yeah free health screening e wa agona west hade na after the compilation of lesson ebo hu there oh wa agona hade no ye wo timemufo no bebra wo bre wo henia friend echo mbeyinfo wo de bi wo won yem na mbesiafo so won de na kokrama think breast cancer na hunda ye honam na yin so ya na honam bi fefefefe ho na aze enti why there wa selecting crop one na wo ba health screening no obi ordinary how ba ya wo diagnosing wo share no why there obeye won free surgery nti won che bia be start ya frefe dem crop no so ba party na rebu adwuma pa remember yen main topic another rule of law asem wo ya sampa na me kakra motuma ka fa hone dem Ghana fo another tememfo so obema ya hwe bibia nyanka wankasa nyipa da sanyi na enam ho no embra wo ho wankasa wa brabo na ebo no the bebre na one life there's I have set rules and boundaries for my own self as a normal human being enti yana sora ye kokrampo no embra wo aso no pi wo ho a efuma na de ekoyaz bi no otie ho no bra wo ye de watch wosan wo bo wosan the man so no man ya ye wo me ye wo mbra wo mani mu enti although we have freedom of speech but freedom of speech ain't guaranteed and democracy ain't guaranteed that whatever assembly pe another assembly feed or oboboa another or you would do be a sola na akwaka there be ye wombra had the freedom of speech na nkasa no mpono ye wombra or govern into answer na timemini because another if you want to as a politician I better criticize a particular government. You should know, say, as some American, you should know the 5 W's and 1 H. As some man can track a we be say the 5 W's and 1 H or your body, or your why, when, what, which, and a way. As I say, and a 1 H in here, how. As some American, and what then you fap him, our 5 W's and 1 H in him, and solemn boy one on Casam Keke. Sabi, your local communities cry yet him. Efuma was obakwa himfie etumbra was obakwa himfie we kebisawo de ana aso asam na reka na da osibesi anada brentens ayeda mazi no kwala wom nyimo he nti ase communicator say part bi no communicator mema mmeka sam tra keke na mehwe de as da wod aba wod bo techin da ma ba na so no wode boba no e den na ba wodi bo techi mo yeye no wo kofa da ma ba na kobo ba no crofo say ontwa ye. We are in this country around 2016 when NPP Baumia Honorable Baumia another His Excellency Baumia our former vice president of this country he criticized His Excellency John Dramani Mahama calling him incompetent. Was he arrested or was he detained? No. One churn. Yeah,
okay, so incompetent. I don't think say I will say warrants arrest.
And the mebrase. And some na kind, I brought a can or a defamation.
Yeah,
And on your defamation. And he say a catcher obiot or ye or man pay you not your guado. Not a criticizing the government and the catcher or your calling him directly or you're incompetent or he can sue you.
I don't want to see. And I say,
remember, Pacha, remember, Ekasan, and with the Minya Botarmon. I didn't chip in. He criticized, And I'm coming from the angle, I'm a brother or Ben, or say, Honorable Abro, and then some more kind, or criticizing.
I say, so matters.
Yes.
Or expressing opinion about
he expressed his opinion. In Taba didn't know why they watch you, no, you're not cotton. Yeah, well, mine we had a 2022 and a friend in 2020. Honorable Sami Jemfi, our Minister for Gold Board, watching on our Cassan or Casa radio station where you none points in our man in Tiede, one here war, a friend, here will be an I headquarters. As some American, Yanjin to them to bra, na bet them. Ya wa some while attaching our watching. Even our own enclave, Agona enclave, Central Region enclave, yeah. Watch your communicators, and I'll come out with their names. I'll come out with their name. Inti say the men yaman we sisi opposition time. Na MPP ahwe nyama what's the yen crofo. We have one man be wamenyoka say was sentenced to 10 years imprisonment because of what's what criticize their buying and some not kind of muye drone to why they want you to ya my muheya na Ashanti regional community one of the constituent communication team member bako and he was a constituency communication officer ebesha omanpay mama card the year election or boot for boot in 2020 and another so say I think 2016 or them all die campaign slogan by what is wrong with them communication or ma warrior at 2020 as someone make a campaign ma warrior mime had the one share that link to I was so a friend of by election now young crofuni baby washer one and them communication can want some one share or mime and yama baby by all die boot for boot. He was arrested and he was arrested and detained for some days before he was a friend released another wojan down.
But NPP can say NDC apparently arrest na be said any little issue and Marco choose. My dear example like brother some toys in the case.
My dear,
according to NPP they say because of so say doom so asan babak nti na mo bebe.
It's never true. Sagana for obaka no kwar yankasa timemfu ye baka no kwara. NPP from 2016 let me say it's a 2017 or the best 2024 yeje a friend abenye gwan another too many few one semino the arrest young crofa were arresting one or ye bini NDC for one arrest cheda ambo sami je fi de bi wa demu da ma rantin wa bre papa cheda wa ambo wa no wodi ne mu cheda wa anka dem na wodi ne mu some choice or your man kasa obesi ye ni Agona for ye ni ana ye wo cream although he's from a different political party and I'm also from a different political party but ye ni anom and some choice ne arrest no me brother no me pede nka ona nkasa umbra out because then now what ne kwai no ami me ni hobi ana me brother onyi hobi also nyi hobi oyo no na what ne call ho and on so na nsem bebre wo ho a we de wo bisa na nsem bi wo ho a wo kan wo bisa me brother baba be kan kwara cha agonaman fo agonaman another central region another Ghana fo a umra me kan kwara he was first invited well inviting one man invitation there ye here
you have evidence for that invitation NDC because as it stands now no ye hu any
maybe onye there maybe you know onye there NDC o
okay
say
NDC for that mo can be say omo invite no ye nim say ya ban no mo ye ne djuma na say judiciary and omo ye omo djuma
honorable Owanko
the
Swenim assemblyman why a press conference I don't know whether you were there he stated there we invited some twice but the invitation also obo name payinfo binu mama and then I was wala was in the boko by the time
was there one kind invitation assembly.
You can ask for you can ask for clarification whether some place was invited or not. Because on the main watching
okay.
So I first called this line and his line was off. My friend number now off no. Then I called Atu Preko. Oh, excuse my language. Atu MPP constituency secretary Agona West. No, sir, watching. Because meeting Anyamide, so I was diving into the issues. Then later I came to realize that he was invited. But time you know attend to the invitation, you know. The time and no friend was say onya botal. No, but because on there were my invitation, our maximum time. And say be as a washer no way delay. And I yeah brother sometimes pandemic has yeah brother sometimes why criticize your member of parliament Agona West member why criticize na and somebody boy won kwa and somebody boy uncle all the dead ka be the way be invite another will be soon but because of the and we are living in the same Agonaman another Agona West constituency who there my fear for political stances and ton chena yen something to know when invite one year honorable Kanokwala he apologized on that issue the me issue you sooner them time na yen su somewhere problem na ya ma me ko chensu no also the friend Juno who I had a Joe who sooner was by the bimanum be my friend wa poison I the food you soon what the poison our baby should be a man them say me over patch our and to say what kind of doom sonning tea and I watch sometimes I mean you want yard they should ask him
because of in Zambia and what kind previously.
I didn't. No. I didn't conclude there in Zambia. What can make sure day. So what's the or you doom something to now? What fan? I make sure day. What can some another? Why you nyama also the me doom something issue? But them time when you invite one friend or how much more than that? Them doom so in Zambia to about drag another over kada about arresting.
Okay. Now the one who say.
As I say, intimacy. Hey, yeah, opposition, ye ni ayako bi da me time ye opposition as a communicator. Ye committee na wonye ya kasa dey. Na another ye kasa na another baby e begina kasa. Asam no kamenyim. Men za akoshi, men kasa me enyim. Na men sha ho ba so wom. Nti say full there ye communicator. Dem abai we wa ba friend TikTok here and videos what's the way editing. Dem abai we. Ehwen sama aketese ne kan. I'm not doing tribalism, but when I go to TikTok and other social media, they normally say is there. I think Fantis are one of the well-trained and well-skilled and well-disciplined tribes. Fantis are one of those tribes, and it's true. As someone, once the charity begins at home, I'm not insulting the family of the lady, no. But the family, the videos on your bas or your baby na why. As a family, no, and then Kawoba another who baby or your damage quickly could have advised her. And so she said, watching, a young crofuni be a friend, your opposition for what I say. As someone I buy one can on ya some other way there. Watching, no. So some more coming out in there. As someone for queen, I'm a man for Kadamassam.
It's a member 2 minutes now responses now. They are very next topic. 2 minutes to respond to your sister, their kind.
Okay, madams. First of all, okay, I say MPP time here, movie. Issue MPP here can see, and it's not about say who arrest you. One, the selective injustice a ban perpetrated say if I end this in Nippon one, you but say where MPP near quickly near inviting. One and two, how are a ban over abusing section 207 and section 208? They are over abusing, and no one some account because me some data be said between your 8 years and FM and a kind. Say 8 years of MPP from 2017 to 2024. Yet Nipa 12 with regards to section 207 and 208. But say about just a buying 17 months in office. Nipa back 16. So we shall, if you want to do compare 8 years 12, not just 1.5 years, not Nipa 16 now. What shows? And then they're trying to say there's an over abuse of Mrana own. Until people have been calling says I'm run section 207 to yen free one because I said a binding you so I need to suppress free speech. Now what means what or my people can't share their opinions because yet you come out and so come out. I did one as a binding say yeah, they say reform the legal reform bill or passing good. They say I try law school and Ghana School of Law and a bit my professional training. Other schools a bit my but so yeah, then say yeah. Esiaw na se ye kana sa wo chi yen a wo gina sa art we so dia chi yen a na won pese ye bekasa so last Sunday ye minority leader afenyo marking once o kasa pa he expressed his opinion about enyema bi odwin say judge no security 9 no ye no emboa security code 9 ye no emboa sa judge no ye police ni he was a police officer obi kura ka say o you see the prosecutorial ability no dey about law no a police officer as or law school answer and this aban by and appointing as a prosecutor appointed as a judge Into as ordinary prosecutorial background. Oh no, but and one thing is I find is almost all political cases. Of course, I circuit court 9, or of course, at the same judge. Could you believe who detained who remanded abroad on 13th May? It took 6 days, 6 clear days, almost 1 week, and some abroad charge ruling of the court ever. But it doesn't work so. It is a minority in the air can be beer. Only mediocre because I call it a deliberate attempt by the NDC government. So Obeka MPP and opponent into submission. Yake and what two na ni more they are promising 24 economy no be na after than 24-hour market. I was here. Or no enemy say 261 market you see within the various districts. On to me we answer we free abem. But was say anyman say e can omayenka because we are citizens, we are not spectators. And the constitution allow us the right to talk. It is e can on the constant abuse of that section and a deliberate attempt to pick and choose. And no any asema can tell no asema can tell is that you can say and the MPP and TOB and that this same that TOB, but they say I have deliberate and who asema can.
Okay, that's it. But I'm Jenny. 2 minutes now. You are next topic.
Mate, my brother say, on car say, we na yet yanchi NDC phone, but almost I deliberate. So contract a chop wine, na o mark die home. Na cow dia, so a quine edding, it's an pepe. Excuse my language, I've changed the dialogues. Mamen cab me fancy. And with the contractor so rich a quana, na Adam San Juan at the market, one coward and I would catch a contractor. Oh, I ye do money ye pie, the correct line. But so how would that Papa Quan watch ya? Or I don't know day and Mamma can them. And just is here with opposition. And what we know need the opposition party for now, I think they were criticizing the ruling government. And since some no record friend one year in your hair, a woman. Nobody is above the law. Nobody is above the law. And to say whether you are an NDC, NPP, PNDC, one all political parties na na another team ordinary Ghanaian floating voter. Na name that Mary ye. I wouldn't let me use this platform and advise my co-communicators and panelists. Mr. One NDC for ya ban or do a communicator echo friend whether social media, TV station, come menyim the man can and can some more insults. Ah, obekwa ko wie there wo da wo be chiro another wo be fra wo ko bisabisa nsem bi na aze nti masoro there me bra na nsem o kana friend bebresi wo time aye wo position but this amayoku ya mba there eyi nye ye bo title dem o kada ye kada be 24-hour economy no na ote ne there yesisi market na me bo ese benye na do na enyi veranda be there na anye na do no at mami kakakra kawo hwe yi block school si and this for resi
me wa 30 seconds now
and this for resi wakasa ya and one at least number of schools na yetum yesi no wa ombo community based schools na yes see ni me yenyim dan ka wo ba 8 years and ko be see hostels and no be see boarding facilities obotu one ma school no improve one 24-hour economy market or the economy has come to stay on chebia we market no we market na there will start the economy on the chebia na ye belly who I am in the IMF borrowing no so na it comes with terms and conditions. Ti say na ye fu
and so running 24 economy, what has that got to do with the new market? Teza ku hanu ya me ba 2016.
The market is the platform is mine, you know. The platform is mine.
So just building a market. Building market in Chelsea not building
my next topic.
Building market.
Market we find 24-hour economy market.
You
market it means you are running 24.
Maybe I start to
market na boss you be akoda.
That is your opinion. That is your opinion. In our opinion, the 24-hour economy market has come to stay. Wotum Tanaza.
No, the government they intervene.
Demand driven. You want to prove it well. But what are you saying? What I said.
Demand driven. Location specific. What do you mean? The whole Ghana.
We have some places in Agona. We have some places in Kumasi. It's existing.
So your policy is an existing policy.
You
can't Agenda 1957 show. AGONAMAN TV. Say we edumeku bi and we individual. We school bi. We company bi na say o person obi so ya saying. Now be head sponsor for this Agenda 1957 show. Now our friend was 0537 98 6806 0537 98 6806. Now I feel say first time we should you made the way platform le AGONAMAN TV na wa subscribe social media platform ni na Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube everywhere na ye de dwumedi ye be hwe ye next topic NDC aban no can be say good reserves no e betumi ahwe oman ya na so betumi abo oman ho bra ye nko kosigi for external support bia no what is your response to this NDC almost strategy NDC government let me say NDC government almost strategy
me that was so but before that, my main fact just 30 seconds. NT big to being free. So who see marketer and translate it into running a 24-hour economy. In advanced countries, I'm operating 24 hours. I'm operating Crobias and operating 24 hours. Take for example, maybe to say Bia in Sabah, and I say I'm from Agona East, and I say Boma Central. No, I could see market was be running 24 hours. Late work. One him say this thing will not work. Almost but to mean this be to represent something. Not be so after 4 years, 24-hour economy now I'm so see market in the process. President now before 2024 election, BBC interview. I got you say it is a process, it's not an event. So he will start. But so I be back. That's why I'm better on no fan. On one we say you for 4 years in year 24 and now even 24-hour economy and your policy. It is a framework. It is a process. And even before no announces that program what that sectors of the country yes manufacturing companies the security hospital so what but this was their flagship
it is a 1 year nasa abane so rebeso mu kena na ya ye nti de o mana ye wo me you know na ya de obi abetuma ye ya we are in our next topic but he is diving in the
17 months then abana ye even the office 24-hour secretariat running 8 to 5 running 24-hour economy. And charity begins at home. Start the full secretariat or promising you in there 133. And yes, our formula. Or see the one job, 3 people, 3 shifts. And then what is this market for? Waste of taxpayers' money. Yes, say how it has affected market women and men. Business high bazaar. We say more market. We don't want for a TV. Omo place. Omo time. Omo deka. Ye change some job. Loan omo kojo media. To the extent that even some banks have to give 1 month moratorium because if only TV akwaje besia. Onya be into an area. These are the issues we are talking about. It's also very implementing 24-hour economy and about building market. Agenda 1 hospitals if you person implement 24-hour, you don't need to build a new market. Some market you will be running into if you person yeah. So some man crowd they something to me but yen can be now yen find this. Now back to me next topic which is the gold issue okay. So over here
I clear 4 minutes of yours. I got 6.
So over here, maybe me starting from a historical perspective. Then I come to where we landed. So our strategy now can one, and end this when this our strategy by. What happened was that after 2020, you say COVID by, and whilst you're coming out of COVID, and with the implications of COVID, you're lockdown here the other. And no kind of leading to Agenda 111 because the health sector was you realize the health sector was limited. So we have to do something as a government. The Agenda 111 ban. So whilst we are trying to come out of COVID-19 and Russia-Ukraine war, so the impact on the economy was huge. Fuel prices across. Before 2020, now inflation was around 8%. But in the latter part of 2022, now inflation now 54%. Fuel earning now 23 per Ghana cedi per liter. Do you get it? Inflation will be widening. Who in a market? Who tried or shop? Within 2 minutes, that price is assessing. So On the back of Sanyama Reniana, the visionary leader, the man of ideas, His Excellency, Dr. Laji Baumia. Or Transidrian say there is something which is not normal that we can do to save ourselves from this issue at FACs here. It was the BID say gold for reserve, gold for oil, and a gold for forex. And on the buy. Within 2023, not the impact of SADM, reducing your inflation. By the time you feel office 2024, now inflation will be 23% from 54%. Now see the dollar now 17 per dollar. About maybe do 14 point something. One say now full about now 23. About maybe do 14 point something per liter. So on say there was pressure for dollar. Into my dollar no. Now see the news. So pressure no be that see the news pa. So we decided say one gold for oil. Instead of say a best is sitting into dollar. Na dey akwakoto. E dey akwakoto oil there. Yan top gold. Yan for gold mo ngoto oil. Ana gold for reserves. On say even prior before gold but by na PMC. It gold boy we yan new thing oil. Precious Mineral Marketing Company. Ejuma na oil. Ana say gold boy yan to me kakra sa dey account. Because gold boy ejuma say auto gold no from miners, small scale miners. And a small scale miners be in so many other can say for. And at 20% from the large mines. I say buying grab so 30%. Into auto no I own ejuma. On exporting the raw form. No I exported the crop. Into about the forex no. And I say I must not stabilize no. So the issue is someone's idea. Who said no, we have to do this because we should be doing impact on fuel, on purchasing power, on transport and standard of living now. Yes, it be extraordinary. It save the economy. So fast forward, I'm buy in 2025. I'm cancel gold for oil. I'm cancel gold for forex, and I back gold for reserves. So what the Albanian is a gold board or certain happen or to gold new from all these people are making. Now for the why you don't know export in forex, not their Bank of Ghana. And a Bank of Ghana they stabilize it. I won't say still for some time it hovers around 10 to 12, 10 to 12, it mean rising above Sardin. But in Sardin, we rely on only gold for Sardin, even though a better accounting for the major amount of scale we into. Still, you have to borrow. Still, you have to. We are like granted and won't to have back. And still, you have to raise revenue in the form of taxes. It is and not just this government strategy. One man, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, and a son won't die. And we decided said this is the way to go in this our current dispensation. And we went to check the IMF report and even the Bank of Ghana report on by Johnson and Siama or both Dr. Baumia, the former governor Basu, for what they did. Almost some about to us.
Okay.
It is us what was an equal year. It benefits, but one thing is dollar no form. But the impact on the ground, no, is not being achieved because it makes some ton cylinders. When dollar was 14, 15 cedis, now wholesale price of cylinder 190 to 200 cedis. Now dollar is 11 cedis. Wholesale price 2.4. So what impact has the dollar? Because some money cosmetics, it is on paper. Into the Bank of Ghana books are looking clean. But what form no use as well petrol sin bo asa peta kakra enyama bo etisen obo ko na the 5 cedis as well the 2 cedis na ayese obo wa ba ko pe na ateso kakra bi what is more nipa na form na consumer na enye yi so you feel the impact of sanya mani ni on the ground you feel it so oba market say ento hwe omo say nyama bo ayefo na so ento ade people don't have money in their pocket won say that so you cannot rely on only sanya man you have to do other things. I also do ideas beba. Now I share. No one say all the policies are all implementing have a direct impact on the ordinary Ghanaian on the ground.
Okay, that's it.
It's another idea I'm person me can from but any NDC strategy. Strategy at Dr. Baumia and start here. And no more back to us.
That's it. Madam Jane.
Yes.
NPP forces strategy. Amodiaba say. Ye go to gold reserves, mobile mine home brano na empuru ye who here say ye be foreign countries and as my full na kwakope embuano. One maybe say sustainable and two maybe say policy I honum dada and among se mukanana say as a mother ni kakara mo ka che Ghana.
policy I want to get clear.
To say almost say gold reserves no. You between the abogan and home bra and bra yen call foreign countries for loans. And our minor can send this government. Kabem people so say and she say ya omodi gu honum and a mobile besum. Nempo bisa say sustainable say the gold reserves. Yet the bob or minor home bra or bra yen call foreign countries for loans.
Okay, answer na me ko so no. Me finance minister, Honorable Castle Atoba Forson, Minister of Finance. Nyankopon hyira no. Ombo no ho ban maye. Hey, ye ni da so ba kope or ye futuristic. And Honorable Sami Jemfi Gold Board Minister. Nyankopon bo sankrofo mienu won ho ban maye pa. Isan se wo bo won ho mbodin ye. Wonim so man ya ye wo me, ye we Japade. Ye Japade ni ye natural resources, title any goldy. Nah, say, me bra, your kasa. I don't want to dive more into more kind. I should flow from Mama Kasa. Me prepare them the babahade. Young finance minister and a year gold board minister. Wahabo one body. Me ko question drum. And we don't che biana ye finance minister. O san name body bona ben yo sido yen this amayko. Young body bonti. Ye daily young from IMF debt no. Dem sika chuchuri the bossia na ye bononi tin that them IMF bossiano. It comes with terms and conditions. A kobo bossia will be ni wa oba on oba chodoke bossia na miserable conditions wo. Dem iske ya miserable me pede dem iske pede de ye da mazi. Me afraid dwumayefo me eba afraid dwumayefo mpa for them to a certain number of people ya ba nkofo bebe worka and then this for wanya one fan nkofo wanya unda was bebe na eta was a clearance somebody onye de abai no mpe oba fan nkofo onye de abai no mpe oba fan nkofo the IMF terms and condition na what the man na abudan nkofo ado next time
no but we are still under IMF
money flow.
so this is your question
Money flow.
to be honest,
let me counter I'm an expert in it. And professionally, we are communicators. We shouldn't bring such anymore. Well, no. I try to chip in. I calmly and to don't criticize when I'm commenting another when I'm on the floor. That will come after. Will be added 10 minutes. Wait the 3 minutes, so add 3 minutes to it. And you add it. The time is 11 for so add 3 minutes to it. And see, them Americano, IMF. Nana don't go for 2017 or the bay basic 2024. Them I am Oba Shasanan or recruiting Crofo into the security services, then other sectors and ads or Quenyumuno. Beside what day 2021 recruitment and I way and on your one Abucasato by force and all your friend. The matter minority leader who did our parliament in Pancamana, we had said the way recruitment. Ebi I would say because a young people communicator. Into Ebi I would say, but I'm and yet them time now. What about to force one, but can't come my head man say. As I say, it is a kade ebia the man or but the membrane and ADDO one in no tomorrow recruit. It's wrong. It's never true. In American IMF, but and it comes with it to say Siana say na say ye to ya dear way if them cow shall cow answer the mind this year but toy. Na ye to wait share them a cow in them a cow no boy quiet to wama. Yen say yan kan kwabo bosia obi mbe maye de ma fa adwumayefo men fa wuska nya franchise men ye but yesusu de say yan kasa ye natural resources no ye bo ho ban ye goldi ye hwe ni ye kokoi ye hwe ni ye na ye ni ye a obi generate sika bebre amaye dem good for oil you are kan wasem oil good implementation sabe
Enya ban ni way.
As on your by
previous governments and any policy and any strategy. Say good implementation.
Oh yeah, maybe what's the previous government and what discover?
Yeah, good for you.
Good for you. What's the one of what discover? I've not dived more about that one, so I won't talk much about it. But kakra make the so no discover ya. No what ye no ko see then.
There was an impact.
Mpacho. Why ye no? Oko see then. gold for oil no ma full prices no ba form
about formating am na make
but here ba ye the gold reserves ye the gold ye the cotton friend ye the call ye against the city no ye who impact on the friend the general Ghanaian people ye who impact all kada nyama no buyers on and if how was say them 24-hour economy hwe timemu ni biara o ye timemu let's put politics aside every Ghanaian what say amanyo samase obo wa floating voter oti amanyo samase another oti odwono man no obo hu da sisi an ndc amanyo ku ye bae no I dem krofo won anyi ha won aga say ndc ba for research one kada what this kind of better won manyen yedi mama cho be first ndc ye wo opposition MPP time to that more kada covid also after 22 covid about 2019 about 2019
Ghana 2020 Agona 2020 March 2020 and another official make it
patch me wood fair January 2020 the March year can once me that COVID obodu had the time March not lockdown was start you they started counting
started in 2019 March 2020 in Ghana and anything a lockdown in your money by 2020 so okay
the counting started way back in 2019
when we recorded 2 cases that was in March and we'll make your official statement on it.
The record video I can watch. I don't want to go the other way around, but I will okay COVID yes because of COVID we have other countries they also face such challenges. But Abasha, even recently and we nyama bebre what the film COVID tax and recently and this year by ye bebre baby. Aside COVID from the time, you know, all the best 2024 now, be able one power money mawase or your COVID nation so I don't think Yamana boy all cost. Into the time and a COVID needle soon so something Yamana cost. Now we introduce you. Maybe can't make case them good for you and answer now what's what discovered. Please, he has spent about 5 minutes.
2 minutes.
Into a back home I 3 minutes.
2 minutes.
Oh, 3 minutes. Oh, I'm pound. I march at time. I'm pound. No, 11:49 or started. Or Mr. Semeka says no, 11:47.
Yeah, more time.
So it's now 11:58.
You are disagree on time.
Ain't in some no can there gold for oil. No people phone what discover fine. If they discovered what was the impact on the general Ghanaians, but this amount you buy a friend the gold ye the cost $1 the kg CD you CD your bathroom CD no 15 CD so and they prepare ya 10 points so it's other 11 fuel prices you okay I think early this month new changes by new prices are back. Or shoot to one same but from try balance. Or yes MPP at a time. That one going my one day we are moving for one day when and walk one sun reach that. Never in MPP time now. Well shoot to your son back from one sun course shoulder. No, at that time. As I say, and she said, Nakopa Dumna say, finance minister, why discover the old. She said, I can't just see bill. Nembo no ye the natural resources, ye botum ye the abuaye, one among do ye. Na, in there, natural resources, nan soon to me the umboa or mine. Because them ye natural resources, share. Time Ghana our weather conditions into bra ebuwa betumenya ebia koko betumenya gold betumenya boxer betumenya into that time and that time and ebia one discover another koko so na na say that mind yet so ye den say dem frame. I'm sure that the men some ye finance minister Canada ye gold board minister king it will come with certain terms and Canada will ye in the process oba bo man no ti e be kwa bosiam pa bosiam na ye kwa kobon onya today bosia enkai na ye by 17 months ni ye by 17 months ni ye mbo bosia na mo me kawa da won ye ba bo tua ye kawa yi
finance minister
ye by e kawa da wo ye bo tua da no kawa da wo yi nala 17 months ye mbo bosia Dame omana yetumi tia kawa bosia obai na yetumi ye sisi 24-hour economy market me you ka say big push wa start wo man kesi mo about me office NY office wa mark won che wo betra okwan ni mu from at the party church credit union odeko and Sabah that side and so on check contract and our kind about the quine. Ain't not shed or mine another banner while Bono button. And this we came to reset. We are the party of infrastructures and we came to deliver young nekeke. But the margin the Wawa Mayorkas the finance minister, Sebasho already 2026 budget or come by the end of the year, not 10 friend of the agenda 11 hospitals in completely and we do warrior so yeah a friend yeah minister of friend health minister so or the kasada agenda 11 we know about 35 of the hospitals in or yeah almost completed into obasha there we to why the wa way but almost on chede and this year by year implementation yan fan ton chai na yan complete na ya kakra na ya so kan ni ya mind is ka na mo ba ya before makada anya na ya discover anya ya the NCC agenda 11 no one fan ban be want to be more friends right.
My brother, our 3 minutes. No, 3 minutes.
Your 3 minutes, you will not use
about
it.
my time. We 11:50 by 12 now. We now.
Which angle, Minister Namuya, or catch the Ghana for say, MPP start here. Tomo and the summer by Omon yet. Said they bay.
It's never true. Man can be there to them. They say it's never true. Me say. Yeah, Benny. Yeah, the policies here. We are doing it the way you did mine.
For oil and impact, make actually say inflation. Now it was around 54% in 2022. By the time if you are buying in 2024, inflation by 23%. That is the impact of the good for oil.
Oh, 54% and I die now 23%. And you know me to sanitary pad 25 cedis. Me you can say the same sanitary pad I used to buy at 25 cedis, I'm ton 12 cedis.
And I'm on your budget. I'm
12
cedis per
one. Say next week.
So you see,
next week yeah, sanitary I want sanitary day. You better catch a pad now. As a mama and this year buy and we will do it the same way. Don't worry.
Already now I see 1 minute.
So we will go with argumentative style.
1 minute ago.
We will go with argumentative style. I love that style. The debating style. Let's just go with that.
Fair, I buy about twice because when we say I had the pack. Sasa na ye admonition abans agenda won na kan rem ukwa France here bi wo Agona is about bi wo hwe pressure about so do government hospital. It is it me we in 10 time nurses na go feel we do the
hospital me no can say yeah to work out to so the
nurses
200 blog
202,000
and let's know for one
a flash ones wait among for all night oh just recruitment at part and be na finish empty na dey na adabisa recruitment region by let's see vacancy all region and more about ninja candle also about nurses be of you bia we are
starting from 2021 not
backlog of 4 2040 every year for something we don't use energy sector that space.
National Cathedral some here came there. And chief because you be wood there. Ghana had na judges na wo baby no we already had judges and the way you been film na mala mo appointed be mu
yeah you be film
and yeah you be alone manager wa dey
or kind dey had ya bibia so
chief justice na ya pamo no chief justice wa
some frivolous allegations here among for Martin Kwebu so far I file petition
what did you miss on the day
you compare apples with orange chief justice Mahama Langasa say unanimous FC already no so oba reset the judiciary It's already now, it's predetermined. All the
reset
within just 5 months. So we also assume that. Yeah, assume say, 7 Supreme Court justices now more appoint you. Only this for now. Is that the way to go? Is that the way to go? They retire and another. So we have to replace them.
Yeah, appoint your ASP. And this appoint.
I'm going to try something in a few one. My majority leader and then deputy.
My dear,
and this year, if you just look at that court, I'm a court. I really said. Say, was putting in every attorney general. Say, these are the things I can't
no, she recently the Asante regional for now.
It is central regional. Central
my dear, the online are not complaining. The elephant in the bush. Bush was an ocean or bush or bush. It's a time, but one they are good. They are feeling people going overboard. What's when I shall make by me saying this? Me say, yeah, man. What would them colors here? Green. Follow green.
Social media.
Social media now. Those nice teachers.
Promising nurses automatic post and no one thought this petition.
So then what by
AGONAMAN TV. We do Mondays and Fridays. Yeah, now they are brave on yeah, brother, and I say, I found for our monkey. Yeah, brother, Sefah. Oh, yeah, MPP Communications, MPP member, not say businessman, or Agona East. And your sister Jennifer Esiaw wants to say NDC Communications team member or Agona West. Yeah, we did you made him much and your friend ADDO-BUCKMAN. I have no AGONAMAN TV.